If you find yourself constantly attracting toxic partners, men never treat you right, you're not getting princess treatment, and you just don't understand why all of these other women are finding the perfect men that are giving them healthy relationships, and you haven't experienced that, it doesn't mean all men are toxic, and it doesn't mean chivalry is dead. It means you have some work to do. And I say this because I experienced the same thing, and it took me 3 months of working on myself to finally upgrade my dating life and get the treatment that I saw everybody else online getting. So here are the steps you need to take to finally get the treatment you deserve. 1, take a free online test to learn what your attachment style is and work backwards from it. Because chances are you probably don't have a secure attachment style. I didn't either. I didn't even realize I had an avoidant attachment style, and it was literally my fault that I kept finding myself in situations with emotionally unavailable men, emotionally immature men, toxic men, narcissists, etc. Because I feared intimacy and getting too close to somebody, so I was never picking the right guy, or I was bored by nice guys. 2, learn the actual definition of what it means to be loved and what it means to love someone fully and unconditionally. This one book changed my life and taught me everything I needed to know about love and relationships. It's called All About Love by Bell Hooks. My favorite part of the book is the beginning, where she talks about the 7 components of real love. And as soon as I read that, I swear it reprogrammed something in my brain, because it made me realize all of the instances where I thought I was in love weren't love. 3, you might be living in your masculine energy instead of your divine feminine. I never understood what these terms meant, but I finally took the time to learn, and it changed my life. I always thought I was super feminine and a girly girl, which I am, but that's got nothing to do with feminine energy. I had been living in my masculine energy for so long because I was in survival mode. I was the provider. I was looking after men. I was making the plans. I was the dominant one, making all the decisions. And that felt comfortable because it gave me the power in the relationship, and it felt like a safe space. But that meant I was accepting partnerships from men where they wouldn't do anything for me. They didn't feel the need to step up and provide for me because I was doing all of the work. Mastering feminine energy and living that lifestyle is what attracts high-value men, men with provider mentalities who want to give you princess treatment and a soft life, to want to be with you. And the final step is something I talk about on my TikTok all the time for a reason, which is mastering self-love and solo dating. I took a year out of my life and several periods after that in between dating to focus on myself, be completely alone, no talking stages, no dating, complete celibacy. Because once you get comfortable with yourself, you'll never find yourself chasing a man, trying to impress him, or lowering your standards. Your standards need to be so high, and not only that, but non-negotiables. When you love your own company, the second a man does so much as slip up, you're out of there. You don't care because you already have so much fun on your own. So a man is only an addition to your life. And he better be bringing a lot to the table if he's just an addition. Otherwise, you already have everything you need in your life with yourself.
And another thing for you bitches, right? I talked about my soft girl era. I am backing up so you can see how good I look when I fucking read you, because I grew up hard, okay? I was unable to be a soft girl. So thank you for all of the women who have already been soft women, but I had to learn that behavior. I had to unlearn toxic behaviors to be able to be soft. And it wasn't because of no man, it was because of me and growth and motherhood and womanhood. So yes, I talked about a significant instance where I was able to display my softness with my man, but it doesn't come because of my man. It came from my growth, you dumbass hoes.
Or meet some women and they're just irresistible. Anywhere they go, men just flock to them. They might not even be that attractive, but they just seem to have that magnetism. Well, I'm going to give you 4 secrets that will make you irresistible if that's your goal. And these are things that you probably don't think are important, but I'm going to tell you right now, I coach a ton of men, and these 4 things literally drive men crazy. Okay, the first tip is stop being so fucking nice, and I mean that from a place of love. Now, I'm not saying be rude, okay? I'm definitely not saying be rude, but be sassy, okay? Keep him on his toes. Don't let him get too comfortable too soon. Especially if you feel like he's out of your league. This is a way to separate yourself from the pack, because sassy girls don't get ignored. Tip number 2 is stop initiating. That goes for texts, that goes for dates, that goes for plans. Men have to feel like they are earning you. So if everything is given on a silver platter, then there's no chase to be had, especially because women now are just throwing themselves at men. So if you don't do that, then you're going to stand out. Tip number 3, have irresistible body language. And the reason a lot of girls don't have good body language is because they don't find themselves irresistible. And tip number 4, you're probably not going to expect this, but if done the right way, this alone can make you pretty irresistible. And I'm talking about being girly, being feminine. I'm not even talking about your style. You can be grunge, you can be edgy, but make it girly. And more than that, it's about embracing yourself as the girl and not always trying to be mysterious, because honestly, it's boring. I'll look for more dating tips though, and good luck.
Do not fantasize about him. Don't think about who he could be in your life or what kind of future you could have with him. It doesn't matter how much you like him or how much you find yourself gravitating towards him. It's only natural for you to feel excited and hopeful that he's the one you've been waiting for. But you need to remember, you don't know him, honey. You don't know the core of who he is, what kind of values he has, what kind of life he's lived before you. You don't know what he does when no one's watching. After a good number of dates, you may think you know him well enough to trust him and open your heart. But it is way too early to uncover aspects about him that might be a deal breaker for you. Save yourself a heartbreak. Don't give your heart away too easily, especially in the case where you think he's love bombing you. Don't fall for it because talk is cheap, but actions are priceless. Also, I think when you make it too easy for a man to win you over by a couple pretty things he says and does, he is prone to becoming bored. Men are competitive by nature and they like the challenge. Just think about how hard we need to work and grind to gain assets in our life. This isn't me telling you to play hard to get or act uninterested. What I am suggesting that you do is you stay where you are and you let the man come to you. Never chase him because you're enamored by this idea of him. That is giving your power away as a woman.
Men are the new velociraptors. I said what I said. Woman meets a guy on a nap. They have a great conversation. They talk about kids, politics. They even open up about their personal healing journeys. Date 1 is dinner. It goes great. Date 2, she invites him over to watch a movie. They hook up, but they don't have sex. A few days after the holidays, he sends her a text. And he says that he's physically attracted to her, but he doesn't think there's an emotional connection. So you know that scene in Jurassic Park where the velociraptor is trying to get into the kitchen? And he finally learns how to open the doors with his teeny tiny little arms? Men are the new velociraptors. They're learning how to open the door with their teeny tiny little arms. Or penises. They think that if they put in enough sensitive nice guy, they'll get laid faster. This guy was likely mirroring you to build a false sense of intimacy. When he didn't sleep with them on the second date, he decided that he'd already made all the effort he planned on making, so he bailed. And keep in mind, there's no such thing as hooking up with somebody too soon when you're with someone that actually likes and respects you. Read the full letter and my full response, and listen to the podcast episode where we talk about this letter. Links in the bio.